Hello, it's Darkblade here. I'm going to do another painting tutorial, and this one's going to be on how I do the dark elf skin. Here's an example of one of the death hags I've done, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. I know some of the photos I've put online are a bit dodgy. That gives you a rough idea, doesn't it? Let me show you a different one. Is the Blackguard Captain I did. As you can see, its basic recipe is Rakarth flesh, and then I mix up a couple of washes, and then use Rakarth flesh again, and then Pallid Witch flesh. But it gives quite a nice result. You know, it's got like an unhealthy, greeny, bluey hue to it, which I quite like. Here's one of the executioners. So I'll get the palette ready and we'll crack on. Okay, so for the painting part, we're going to be using this witch elf from the 5th edition. Goes with the rest of the army that I'm painting at the minute. What I've already done is a Rakarth flesh. So I've got 2 coats on there. I'm just going to play about the lighting actually, see if that makes any difference. That's a bit better. Let's bring that down. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. 2 coats of Rakarth flesh. What I'm going to do now is mix a couple of washes, but I'll show you that on the palette to give you a rough idea of what the colours are. Okay, so here's the colours that we're going to be using. I'm going to start off with about 50-50, and then I'll add a little bit of water and see what the colour's looking like. I've got a rough idea of what I'm after, but it takes a bit of playing about, so I'll show you the process now with the palette. Okay, so I'm going to take the blue, my handy prop to keep the lid open, because mine always want to close on themselves these days. So I'm going to take a couple of drops of blue. Okay, so we've got 4 drops there. And the sepia. Alright, so that's 50-50. Let's get a bit of paper towel so I can show you what sort of colour it's coming out like. So that's quite greeny. I'm going to add a bit of water, so it's 2 brush loads. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add more blue. So 1, you can go up to about 3, I think, because remember this one is a glaze and not an actual shade wash. Okay, let's see what that's looking like. Yeah, it's a lot darker now. So I don't know if it's like a desaturated dark kind of turquoisey colour, you know, like a bluey green, quite dark, but it's very dilute, and we'll probably throw on about 2 coats of that to get an even coverage on the skin. So that's what we'll move on to next. Right, here we go. I'm using a size 1 brush for this. There's no great technique to it. pretty much just slap it on. I'm going to concentrate in the eye sockets and the cheekbones. I'll go on a gob as well. That's not too bad for the first coat, but we'll see. I'm going to try and get it in our eye. No, it's not going to go. Right, we'll give that time to dry. Yeah, the one eye's looking good, the other one's not so good at the minute, but we'll probably catch that on a second coat. I'll do the rest of the skin off camera. Okay, so that's after the first coat. It's looking okay, but I'm going to throw another wash on. But this time I'm going to try and concentrate on this side, so I'm just going to pull it there. Unfortunately, it's running from the eye socket to her ear, so I might be lucky this time that it'll pull where I want it to. So it looks like she's got a black eye, but that's all good because it's gonna settle in the recesses, and hopefully it'll end up looking like the left eye when it's dry. We'll come back in a minute. Right, out onto the skin. Obviously, because we've done 2 washes onto the skin, if I put Rakarth flesh straight on top of this, the contrast would be too stark. So I've added just a little bit of Agrax into there, and I've already done the rest of the flesh. I haven't done the face yet, so that's probably why you can see a slight difference. So I'm going up on the forehead. Cheekbones. I'm going to have to sort my brush out, hang on. I've got one little strand that's sticking out. Right, hopefully that's sorted. I'm just going to tip it slightly, so all I'm doing is the cheekbones now. So the cheekbones, top of the lip, the nose, the brow, you can see a line coming down here, so we'll just accentuate that and come round the jawline. And because it's quite thin, I'm not entirely sure you can see that. I don't think the camera's picking it up. But that's the first coat anyway. We're going to do another coat in a minute. Okay, ready for the second coat now. It's going on a bit better this time. You can sort that out in a minute. So cheekbones, same again. Cheekbones, forehead, chin, nose, and the top of the lip. So that's the second coat. Right, moving on now to just Rakarth flesh on its own. What I've done as well, I've swapped from size 0 brush to a 00 brush, just to get a bit more control. So I'm doing the bottom third of the nose, top of the brow, top lip again, a bit on the chin. I'm going to come down the side there. Okay, so that's one coat. I've decided to go in with another layer on just the plain Rakarth flesh. So just the nose and the cheekbones, I think, just to make them stand out a little bit more. There's the chin. Yeah. That'll do, and we'll move on to the next colour. So the next layer is going to be 50-50 Rakarth flesh and pallid witch flesh. I've watered it down quite a bit as well. Same again, going for the beak. Top of the brow. Not all of the cheekbone, just the most sticky out bits. Top lip again and the chin. And let's put another highlight on the thighs there, just to bring it out a bit more. As you can see, I'm trying to pull the paint up towards the top of the thigh. There's a very thin highlight, a little bit on the abs. I think I might leave it there. I might take a little bit of tidying up with those cheekbones again, but put in another shadow just to bring everything back. But that's the skin done. Okay, so just to finish off, I've put the eyes in. It's basically just a white thin line across the eye socket with a dot in the middle, and a little bit of red on the tongue and a bit of white on the teeth. I did put a line of Agrax there. Sometimes you get that line from your nose. When you shout, you get the line just above your top lip up to your nose. Separates the cheek from the top lip. I've put a line in there. It's not really that apparent, but next to another highlight, I'll probably look a lot better. But yeah, that's how I do the skin. I'm going to crack on and get the other 9 done, and I'll post them later on this weekend, I think. Let me know what you think. Cheers.